The Chamber of Commerce says it estimates the wage cost to private sector businesses of yesterday's power cut to exceed £2.5 million, adding the value of lost sales to businesses without backup power is likely to be many times this figure. It says to add insult to injury, yesterday's power cut coincided with visits by 2 cruise ships, whose passengers were unable to shop or visit any local bars or restaurants.
Well, I think it runs into millions, possibly tens of millions of pounds, just on wages and social insurance. Some of the bigger companies have backup systems and so on, but most medium to small businesses don't, and if they do, it's only for a certain length of time, and certainly not up to 7 hours, and it's most businesses had to shut up shop and send their staff home. But it's not just that. The power came back out after hours. It takes a certain amount of time to get systems back up and running. And I understand that some businesses have not been able to get their systems up and running till lunchtime today.
The Chamber says it's considering legal advice on collective action on behalf of its members to recover the losses suffered.
It's happening so often, and there's so much development going on in Gibraltar that, frankly, it could happen again. And that's why we're saying that perhaps there should be far more scrutiny and supervision when works are being carried out, and that also contractors should be made to deposit a bond, a substantial bond, so that then the government can call on that bond to pay out compensation to businesses and to consumers more widely, because I think it's not fair.
In your statement, you do highlight that call for a bond, and you suggest the figure £10 million. How realistic is that?
Well, we've done very, very, very initial calculations, and perhaps 10 million is not enough. But that I think we made an estimate of wages and other costs of 2.5–3 million. Then there's obviously much more to that. There are other material losses as well, because businesses in the restaurant trade, this happened in the middle of lunch, so food that had been prepared will have been destroyed, etc., etc. So it goes beyond just what the obvious.
Trying to call on contractors for a £10 million bond before they've even started doing anything, wouldn't that somewhat deter business and investment into Gibraltar?
I don't think so. Many of these contractors have sizable insurance cover for such an eventuality.
The Chamber of Commerce also highlights the legislation promised by the government to hold contractors accountable, stating it's taking far too long.